We have, is it Jelmar in Holland? You're on with Hemant and Matt. How are you?
Hi, Matt. Hi, Hemant.
Hello.
Fine, thanks. Hi. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes. So I have a little problem with the law of excluded middle in the way that you use it. I hear you very often say that God either exists or he doesn't exist. And I think that's a false dilemma. There is a middle.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sorry. That deserved a loud laugh. Go ahead, continue.
So what do you consider the middle?
There is no middle. There's no, so did you call in to object to the foundations of logic? Because God is irrelevant. Everything, not just God, everything, name anything, it either exists or it does not exist. That's true for everything. That's it. That's what happens when you have a universal declarative contradiction. A is A is not A, and everything is either A or not A. So no matter what it is, an apple either exists or it doesn't. A table either exists or it doesn't. A unicorn either exists or it doesn't. A God either exists or it doesn't. There's no other option.
There is another option.
What's that?
What is that option?
That is that it's fundamentally undecidable.
No. Undecidable addresses what you can know about it. I'm talking about what it is. No. Ontologically, it still either exists or it doesn't, irrespective of what you know or think about it. You're confusing your perception of something with the actual ontology of something.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
That's why I added fundamentally. It's fundamentally undecidable.
I don't care what fucking word you add to it. That's exactly what you did. You don't get to invent a third option between A and not A. It just, you don't.
I can give you an example of something that is fundamentally undecidable.
I don't care if it's undecidable. That's about what you know about it. That's not about what it is. It's like, no, stop. If I roll a die and put it on the table and cover it up with a cup of coffee or an empty coffee cup, we know, or let's say I flip a coin, just so we have just two options and we'll agree that it's a 50-50 shot. I flip a coin, I put a cup over it. Right now, you don't know whether that coin's head or tails, but that coin is either heads or tails.
Well,
if I seal that cup so that you can't get in it, or better yet, before you get a chance to look at it, I lift the cup where you can't see and I pull the coin out and remove it. Now you will never know whether it was heads or tails, but you can know that it was absolutely either heads or tails.
One or the other.
So can I give you an example, or?
Actually, no, you can't, but you can try.
The answer to that one.
I mean, I don't know why you're ignoring that. You cannot possibly, it's impossible for you to give me an example that makes your case because your case is in violation of logic, but I'll let you try. Go ahead.
Right. So if you have the sentence, this sentence is a lie, and I ask you, is it true that the sentence is a lie, or is it not true?
Now you're talking about the liar's paradox. And the solution to the liar paradox is that the truth value of that sentence cannot be assessed. That's not whether or not it's only A. So the thing that you're missing with logic is that logic doesn't say everything is either true or false. It says everything is either true or not true. Everything is also either false or not false. And so the liar's paradox is not true and it's not false. But we're going to move on. Thank you.
And are you saying?
I said what I said. And I'm not going to be teaching a Logic 101 course in the middle of today's show, but you don't have a third option.
When they ask those questions, what are they trying to get you to show? Is it that the fallacies that you are using or that you are aware of are misleading and therefore something? What's their end game with that sort of a question?
There's two end games with that potential question. One is to just foundationally undermine logic so that they no longer have to feel bad about being called out for engaging in fallacious arguments. The other one involves some presuppositionalist nonsense, which is that because we can't confirm the laws of logic, and you would have to assume that they're true in order to try to prove they're false, which leads to a dilemma, which is why they are axioms that we accept until such time as they're disproven. In their view, those things can be absolutely shown if God is the foundation of logic. And so if they can show that we can't account for like a paradoxical statement, and they can offer a solution in that it's not possible because of God, then somehow in their head, they win.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, it's fundamentally similar to the person, one of the first callers, where it's like, what if there's a supernatural realm and we just can't test it? And so what they're trying to do is say, you guys are wrong to say that there's nothing supernatural. And they would be correct.
Right.
I can't say there's no supernatural. All I can say is nobody's demonstrated the supernatural. And so I don't believe in it until it does. They're trying to do the same thing with
And if they find that little bit of wiggle room, they can shove God through there or something.
Yeah, or at least they won't, the most they could ever get to is, I don't know and you don't know.
Right.
And I'm not asserting that I know. I'm waiting for them to make their case.
Right.